Hey everyone, welcome to the Get Your Life Together Girl Mini Mindset Reset. I'm your host, Danielle Van. As a cognitive behavioral therapist, a life coach to women, and author, one thing has become abundantly clear. So much of what gets in our way in our daily lives is not only how we think, but what we think, our mindset. Because of that, every other week, I'm taking your requests and questions and handing over quick, easy to use, practical strategies and life tools to help you shift your thinking, create calm, help you understand and express your emotions, harness your inner power, and learn how to navigate your personal story in 15 minutes or less. After all, how else can you get your life together? So let's shift your perspective with the tools and conversations that help you in the throes of change. The Get Your Life Together Girl podcast mini mindset reset starts right now. How would you rate your confidence? From 1 to 10, 10 being your confidence is skyrocketed. It's in everything that you do, think, and feel. Or 1, it being a thing that you have wished that you could create, but certainly do not have it in action. Today's mindset reset is inspired by a continued conversation with Karmen L. We've been working on confidence, and when we talk about confidence, often people think of this façade, this bravado of being able to walk into a room and own it, to not question, to not have doubt, to always know that the capability is always within you, and no matter what you do, it's going to be perfect. That is not confidence. No matter what you think, no matter what you've been told, no matter how many times you've used your inner voice against you, that is not confidence. That is ego. Okay, there's a big difference between confidence and ego. And after literally thousands and thousands of hours of helping women and their spouses and children through their different experiences in life, I have come to learn that confidence has different layers, different levels, if you will. So today I want to break this down. I want to break down the different layers of confidence for you, give you a different understanding of confidence, and then I want to give you a little bit of a process to do in order to really examine, are you a 10 or are you a 1, and what needs to occur in order for confidence to be something that is not only within your life, but instead it's a feeling, it's a mindset, it's an operation. It is not a measuring stick of your worth, but instead this thing that you own. So I said that there's layers. Let's start with the definition of confidence first. Confidence is a belief in oneself. It's the conviction of knowing you have the ability to meet life's challenges regardless of what that challenge is. It's also this realistic understanding of the capabilities and being self-assured that you can find appreciation for your own qualities. In all of that, there is trust, belief, faith, conviction, fortitude, all of these things that are positive emotions. First and foremost, I want you to understand that confidence is an everyday action. It's an ownership, right? It is not a space that doubt does not live. This is so important. Hear those words again. Confidence is not the absence of doubt. Confidence is understanding that I have the belief, firm trust to do the things that I hope to do or that I know I want to do in order to get where I want to be, regardless of what that journey looks like. Remember, it's not the absence of doubt. It is the ownership of self-trust. It's the ownership of your abilities. Again, I said before, it's not the measuring stick of your worth. Instead, it is an action. We do not chase confidence. It is something that you own. So let's talk about the layers before I give you the steps. These layers are things that I have come up with after, again, so many sessions, so many conversations. And I really feel that this breaks down confidence in a way that is tangible in understanding how to practice it, how to be in it. So, layer one is what I call pre-confidence, the pre-confidence space. This is the area where you hear people talk about limiting beliefs, these inner conversations that you have with yourself that says you are not good enough. You're never going to win. You're never going to be able to do this. Those limiting beliefs. This is where doubt, negative emotions, complaint, and lack live. Anything that's negative tends to live in the pre-confidence if it's something that scares us. If it's something that we don't have sureness in, if we don't have faith, trust, and belief, but it's still something that we're trying to target, this is that pre-confidence level. It is the space that most people stay in. This is the language of stuck and the feeling of I don't know how. Pre-confidence. Again, so many people live here. We blame it on trauma. We blame it on our parents. We blame it on circumstances and all the things. But this is the space we should be really leaning in and doing the qualifying work to make sure that what we're telling ourselves really belongs to us. And we'll talk about that in just a moment in the steps. But this is the space, the pre-confidence, that I don't know how, I'm not sure, the space that we're looking for a path and a direction to move into. And then we have the actual confidence area. This is where connection belongs. This is where we have self-understanding of I've got this. Connection being, I know that I have seen something similar to this before. I have faith, trust, and belief in myself that I can move through this event, this feeling, this thought, whatever it may be, to get to a space that's healthy and there's ownership. Okay? So confidence, again, meaning this feeling that I can rely on myself in firm trust, that I have the ability, that self-assurance to be able to lean into my abilities and qualities to do the thing. Okay? I know I can do it. This is very important. A lot of times when people think about confidence, again, we go back to that big ego thought, but instead it's in the micro movements of your life, in the movements of getting down into the finite details. Do I have the ability to gather all the things I need to meet life's challenges and succeed? And do I have a willingness to connect to that thing and own this feeling of self-trust? This is what confidence is. That is that stage. And then the third layer is action, confident action. This is where a mindset comes into place. It's getting into a space where you know you can, regardless of what comes your way. I often like to liken this action space to getting into your car and knowing that you have the capability to get on the road, go to the place that you are destined to arrive at without a lot of thought process as to, will I make it? Am I going to be okay? It's this inner knowing that I can get behind the wheel and drive myself to where I need to go, and knowing that I have the capability to handle anything that comes up on the path, on the road. This is the action of confidence. It's knowing that I actually have the ability, the trust, the fortitude to do the thing, even if I don't have all of the information. I know how to do the thing and rise to the occasion, even if it's something that scares me, if it's something that has been a challenge before. This is the action of confidence. Now, when we talk about the layers, a lot of people understand, oh, wow, there's a lot of things that I've told myself that I can't do or that I'm not good enough to do, but yet I have them active in my life. I just haven't owned it. I haven't actually gotten to a space that I have the self-understanding of, I've got this. So when we're talking about the steps here, I want you to make sure that you're not qualifying yourself. What I mean by this is, well, I can do it for somebody else, but I have a hard time doing it for myself. Stop the qualification. That is not actually true. If you have the ability to do something for someone else, you actually have the ability to do it for yourself. The truth is, you're just not doing it. Okay? It may be easier to give that attention to someone else because it feels more rewarding, or we don't have the doubt connected to it, or the inner conversation of, this is a waste of time, or I'm not deserving of this or that. But what we cannot do is qualify ourselves in a way that says, I can do it for everyone else, but I cannot turn this self-reliance, this positivity, the assuredness, trust, faith, and belief on the self and do something for me. That is that pre-confident level talking that is drenched in lack. Let's talk about the steps now. Step 1. This seems a little strange, but I'll explain why we're doing it. I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down everything you can think of that you like about yourself. How does that relate to confidence? Well, when we like something about ourselves, we're generally active in that doing, in that space of the confident action, okay? We don't have a lot of doubt about that thing. We actually have self-ownership. So I want you to write down what you like about yourself. It may be easier for you if you have a very negative mindset to write down the things that you do not like. And if that's the case, do it. That's fine. But when you get done, I want you to check every single thing that is on that do not like list with, is this something that I have owned that doesn't belong to me? Is this somebody else's voice speaking? Have I actually created so much disdain for myself that this list is so heavy and I can't think of a single thing that I actually do like? If you break it down, I guarantee you can find a space that you really do like about yourself. So that's step 1. Step 2, I want you to go back to the 3 different layers. Again, pre-confidence, confidence, and confident action, and measure where you are in the stage of this thing. Am I in pre-confidence? I like this about me, or I want to change this about me, and I don't really have the full operation yet. Confidence, meaning I'm working towards the connection of it, or I have a self-understanding that I can do this. Or the mindful action of confidence, meaning that I have gotten into the car, I'm driving this thing, I'm doing it, and I can handle no matter what comes into my space. So get into that place where you're rating those things, 1, 2, and 3. Some of the things are going to be all 3. Some things are going to be a 1, 2. Some are going to be a 2, 3. It's okay. I really just want you to get into a space that you understand that you do have some level of active confidence in your life. Step 3 is, where do I need to shift these things that I'm not as confident in? So if I have a lot of 1s on my page, what do I need to do to release the limiting belief? What do I need to do to heal that thought pattern? Do I need to release it? Do I need to move past it? What kind of work do I need to do? If I only have a 2 and not the action part of it, a number 3, then what do I need to do to engage with the confidence of that thing? It really is that simple. I want you to give yourself evidence that you have confidence, that it's something that you own, that it is not a blanket. It is not a blanket thought. It's not a blanket operation. It's not that you have confidence or you don't. There will be many things that you do not have the skill set yet, so therefore you do not have or 2 or 3 on that level of confidence just yet. But you may have a 1, which means it's in your mindset and you have the power to move yourself into a 2 or a 3. I want you to think about the fact that every time people talk about confidence, we use it as a measuring stick for our lives, and it will never be a measure of your worth. Whether or not you can do something does not actually dictate the value of you. It means, hey, you know what? I may not be as good at that thing, but I want to put action and thought around it. This is what confidence really is. It is an ownership. We do not chase confidence, but instead we own what we do know. We build upon what we are wanting. We take action, and those things that we don't have self-assurance around, we can either let them go or we can build on it. This is confidence. Where are you in the layer of confidence? What thing can you elevate? What thing can you let go of? When you do this, you give yourself a powerful understanding that you have self-trust, that you're capable, and you become secure in the knowledge that you do have appreciation of your abilities and your qualities. So, Karmen, thank you for inspiring this episode. For anyone who says, I am not confident, I want you to stop that conversation and I want you to get into the layers. Every single person has something that they know and trust that they can do no matter what the situation is. And so therefore, every person has some form of confidence. Thank you so much for listening to the Get Your Life Together Girl mini mindset reset. If you have a subject or strategy request, email us at getyourlifetogethergirl@gmail.com. Or you can visit our website at getyourlifetogethergirl.com. If you're looking for daily inspiration or tips and tools, join the growing community at Get Your Life Together Girl on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you for being a valuable member of this community. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others.